Like, oh my gosh, why is my butt so big? Yeah, really, I'll stare in the mirror sideways and then I'll like hit my butt.
To make it flat. What the fuck? Hi guys, welcome to today's episode of Ask ZULA, and our guest today is Chiara.
Hello.
Please introduce yourself to everyone.
I'm Chiara and I work at Eatbook as a writer as well as a host. So it's my job to like just eat all the good food and talk about it.
Yes, that's great. And she always in the Eatbook videos doing all the challenges and cooking all the good food, so go check it out. Yeah, but today we're not gonna hear Today we are not here to talk about food. Today we are here to talk about you.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, why your face at it?
Cause it's scary.
Why is it scary? No, it's not scary.
It's not scary.
It's just for the internet for everybody to see.
Okay, yes, let's go.
Okay, so today's topic, I think we talked a little bit briefly about it. That's why I had the idea to interview you. It's about like body image and how you feel about yourself, and like, you know, maybe some insecurities or things that, you know, you face when you're growing up. Yeah, so I guess the reason why we talked about it also is when we discussed a bit about how maybe you're not really the conventional type of body image on social media or even in the media industry itself. Yeah, because a lot of people's expectations of what a person should be on camera, or even like someone who is like an influencer, for example, is very like what you see like models, you know what I mean? Do you associate yourself with being in that category?
Hell no.
I mean, I just had to ask lah, so for clarity. Yeah.
I feel like where I'm at now, no, my image is not really like your typical influencer, 小妹妹kind of look. Yeah, but maybe last time, when I was 21, yeah, I feel like I looked my best then.
Right.
But that being said, I didn't feel like I looked my best back then.
Okay.
So yeah, I've been struggling with a lot of body image issues since young.
Okay.
Yeah.
So talking about since young, right? Maybe you can share a bit about what are the things that you went through growing up, like from childhood. When do you kind of realize that, you know, you didn't fit into what was considered like the normal, what was portrayed on television at that point in time, not like social media because it only existed currently, but yeah.
So back when I was younger,
But how many years ago?
like just less than 10 years. I mean, I'm just 25 forever.
That's a lie, but okay.
Don't put my age here.
I'm not.
Okay, yes. Okay, like I first realized that I was a bit bigger than normal when I was actually in kindergarten.
Okay.
K2, where, you know, you take class photos, right?
Yeah.
I'm usually at the back row.
But you're tall.
Yeah, that's why. So it started from the height thing.
Okay.
Then I see, I feel like I'm a bit big bone. That's what my parents would say, big bone.
Okay.
Then later when I went through puberty, I was like, oh my gosh, why is my butt so big? Yeah, really, I'll stare in the mirror sideways and then I'll like hit my butt.
To make it flat. What the fuck?
Like, wow,
but nobody, people want the big butt one. Okay, maybe last time no.
Last time no.
Yeah.
So I was always insecure about my big butt.
Yeah.
Yeah, like the whole body in general.
Okay.
But it started at a very young age. And I find a lot of comfort in eating.
Yeah.
So my parents always stop us, because my siblings and I were all chubby, right?
Yeah.
So they always stop us from snacking.
Okay.
Keep forcing vegetables on us.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
okay.
so snacks, right, became my comfort food to the point where if I'm stressed after school, right, I would buy chocolate bars home, and then when I go home, I'll go straight to the shower, on the shower, and then eat the chocolate in the shower so my parents cannot hear that I'm actually eating chocolate.
Eat the chocolate.
Then I'll feel so good
Oh my god.
Yeah, no, but it just feels so relaxing and
I
it
get
feels
it.
so good to be able to wind down in the rain after school.
Oh my god, but I mean, I can understand why you would think that way, because your parents limit you on this, right?
Correct.
So for you, it's like to secretly have this like guilty pleasure.
Yes. And growing up, food continued to be a guilty pleasure sort of thing. Like
Yes.
I would go on dates and like it would be revolved around food, like go cafe hopping. Even with friends, food is a huge thing. I guess Singaporeans were all like that also.
True. I mean, to a certain extent, yeah.
Yeah. And I also like take pictures of good food and then post it on my IG. And then like all the likes on the food. It makes me feel good also, even though I'm not like consuming it. But like there are so many comfort I take from just food.
Yeah.
And later on, this Instagram account actually became the reason why I'm in Eatbook now.
Oh, so you applied the ebook via that Instagram account, and then they were like, oh my god, I love you, that kind of thing.
They never, oh my god, I love you lah.
Why? maybe they in their heart they say, oh my god, this girl is so good.
Don't know
But they see your passion, right?
Yeah, but now I'm handling Eatbook's IG, so...
Oh wow, see,
full circle.
I was just about to say it came one whole full circle. Okay, nice.
Yeah.
Then, like, you did mention a bit at the start that you felt your best when you were 21.
Yeah.
Right? Why did you feel your best at that point in time?
Because I was at my skinniest.
Okay.
So what happened was I went rollerblading with my friends one day, and then I fell on my chin, and then I got a deep cut, and then I got stitches, and I couldn't eat properly for about 1 month, 1 full month.
Oh shit.
And I lost so much weight and looking back I'm thinking like, oh my gosh, Chiara, you were so hot. No, but back then I never ever felt I was hot. The funny thing is. Yeah.
But only looking back now then you realise.
Yeah. That made me think again, like, I guess whatever body shape or whatever state we are at, right, I will actually never feel happy about myself. And I think it stems from a lot of like insecurities, lack of self-confidence issues.
Okay. You mentioned a bit briefly about certain instances, so when you had the surgery when you were 21, but also is there any other instances where it kind of made you realise and be very conscious about your image, and then how did you handle it at that point in time?
When I was younger, there were bullying instances. Like in primary school, I'm loud and I'm bigger, so I feel like guys picked on me a lot in the past. And then even my own friends, we make jokes about each other and they'll say like, oh my gosh, Chiara, you got double chin already, and it's like so jokes were made, there was some bullying, and it just kind of made me feel very not confident or doesn't make me feel like a typical girl or woman at that point of time. So we don't see any bullying these days. Like at this age, who will bully you? But like I feel like things that happened in the past do trickle down. Even as you get older.
Yeah, I agree. I think having experienced that at a young age is not something that people will want to encounter. I mean, people always remember the things that happened to you when you are young.
Correct.
Right? And you'll keep constantly overthinking about whether, you know, you should lose weight all these kind of things to fit into like the society norms and expectations in that sense. So do you ever have those kind of thoughts?
For sure. Oh my gosh, not every day. I don't think I've ever not thought of dieting.
Okay.
Like, whether it's calorie counting or exercising more than you eat or restricting a certain food type. Like all these things kind of go through my mind like since young until now. Yeah. And I used to go on a lot of like fad diets, like intermittent fasting. I tried it before. Cut carbs totally, I tried before. Liquid diet, I tried before, but they're all very short term.
Why?
It's so hard to keep up with those kind of diet when you're like having PE lessons every week in school, having CCA every week, having going out with friends every week, and then like it's a social thing also. Food is a social thing, especially for us Singaporeans.
That's true.
So it's very hard to stick to a very specific diet. And most of these diets that are trendy, right, they are not very healthy also. Yeah.
So, I mean, I think when you were younger, maybe, do you actually realize that, you know, you're very conscious about it? Or like, do you do anything aside from, I mean, you're trying on the diets, you did something, right? But was it when you were younger that you realized that this really kind of affected you? Or was it when you grew older, then you realized that, like, you know, the past has kind of like built up to how you are now as a person also?
Actually, yeah, it's more of the latter.
Okay.
So, the lack of confidence trickled down and became more intense and obvious as I grew older. I think it's also because of my job at Eatbook. We are, you know, like, we are so exposed to the internet, and you know, it's human to just read the comments. And it's also human to feel something about comments.
Of course,
Right? So it kind of got amplified as I read mean comments online, and even my loved ones also start telling me things like, hey, you're looking a bit more chubby on camera, you know, you need to take note of your weight, you need to take note of food intake. And it didn't really affect me immediately, but more of like a build-up thing.
Okay.
So when I'm not feeling too good about myself, I will, like, no matter what kind of clothes I wear, I just feel like, oh, I need new clothes. Like, I don't feel good, I don't look good. I don't look good, I don't feel good, nothing is good.
Yeah.
And then I just get a bit moody that day. Or like after a long day of shoot, I'll feel so full. But like there was a point in time where I actually what is that called? Self-induced vomit.
Oh, okay.
Because I just felt so full and I felt so horrible about myself.
Because you like eat a lot lah.
Correct.
Kind of thing. Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll talk a bit about that. Like what were instances where that happened, and you know, is it something you're still going through now, or?
I wouldn't. Okay, half and half.
Yeah.
I still feel bad at times. Like I don't always have a great day. Like if I don't feel good and if I feel like I don't look good, I won't feel good that day.
Of course.
It still happens.
Yeah.
But then eating wise, I feel like I've gotten better.
Yeah.
I've gotten more control of myself. Like, you know, if you know that you're going for a full day of shoot, you just like eat smaller portions, so that you can pace yourself lah. Then you won't feel too horrible at the end of the day. The horrible feeling is not only a physical feeling, it's also like an emotional feeling as well.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I feel so full, and oh my gosh, I think about all the bad comments that my mom told me about me gaining weight, and like, oh my gosh, why am I doing this to myself, something like that. So yeah, it's still something I'm going through. I'm still working on it, but I feel like it's not spiraling out of control to the point where it's affecting my health to a very bad extent. And I'm also taking some actionable steps to like work on it as well. Yeah.
So you did mention like you force yourself to like puke out after shoots and
correct.
stuff, right? Like what was the thing that happened that made you like, you know, the first time you wanted to do something like that? Yeah. Then how did you? I mean, now you say you're taking actionable steps also. Maybe you can talk about like that, what happened at that point in time and how you can kind of went through it and how you are, like the steps that you took after that.
Okay, I don't want to scare my colleagues.
Oh,
because
they don't know.
Actually, none of them know. I don't want them to get worried or anything.
Okay,
because
understand.
it is a very worrying thing if you have, let's say, an eating disorder and you're working at Eatbook, because you deal with food every day. Yeah. I would say that I'm pretty much in control. I only do it when it's like a very bad shoot, and it's in the past.
Right.
Yeah, it's in the past. What started this idea of self-induced vomiting was when I went on a buffet with my family.
Oh, okay.
Oh my gosh, and then the food was so good because it was a very good buffet.
Of course.
We ate so much, like every single one ate so much, and then my sister said, "Oh my god, I can't take it again. I'm gonna go puke."
Okay.
To like just not like puke out the whole meal, but just like
feel like not so full.
Correct.
Okay, got it.
So I didn't follow her at that point of time. I was like, oh my gosh, you're so silly. Why you eat until like that?
Right.
But then there was one day, oh my gosh, I can't remember which shoot it was, but like it was basically a 3-location kind of vlog for Eatbook.
Right.
And we just ate non-stop for the entire day, and like the food was too good. Honestly, the food was too good. And I wasn't feeling the best that day.
Okay.
So at night after I went home, I was like, oh my god, I feel so uncomfortable, and it was the first time I did it, and it was not the last time.
Right.
Because it kind of felt good at that point of time.
Of course.
Like physically you feel better. You don't
see.
feel like your food is up to your throat.
Yeah.
And I just feel like you can have your cake and eat it. Like you enjoy the food, but also you don't get the repercussions of having too much food in your body, in your system. Yeah, food/calories in your system. Yeah. But of course it's not healthy because there's so many problems to this bulimia. Yeah. Actually, I don't even know what's the definition of bulimia for real. Like,
we will insert the definition above our heads right now.
Yeah. Is it only just is it only just puking? I don't know.
Right. I think there's a lot of different extents to which it can be constituted as like bulimia. I mean, we're not medical experts here, so I wouldn't like diagnose anyone on here or anywhere else with it if I'm not sure of the conditions. But it tends to always start with like the self-induced vomiting thing. That's what I have been told since, you know, secondary school, when you learn this in like class about like the different types of eating disorders. Obviously we don't endorse it lah, like that's not something that we are trying to promote here, but it's more of like understanding that you went through this experience also. And you know, like you did mention, like it wasn't the first time that this happened, and it did happen a couple of times after that, right? So how did you kind of overcome that? Because now I guess you don't do it anymore. Like what made you like wake up your idea in that sense?
What made me wake up was that I thought about the people around me who suffered from that, and I didn't want to spiral out of control. Like I don't want my parents to get worried, I don't want my health to deteriorate. Yeah, so I just put the plug before it became too serious. Yeah. So I told myself like, okay, I should never do that ever again. And other things that I told myself I could do was to just be more mindful about the food that I eat. Just portion out, pace myself out when I know that it's going to be a long shoot, to make it a bit more lighthearted.
Sure.
My office bestie Anne, she tells me like, oh, you know, one way you can do is just drink a lot of water before a shoot lah. So you drink a lot of water, and then when you eat, right, you eat less because your stomach is fuller.
Okay.
And then by the time your stomach digests everything, you're actually ready for the next location. And you're not eating a lot, you're drinking a lot of water, which is also good for your health.
True, water is good for your health. Just don't kena water pollution.
No lah, not water poisoning.
Poisoning?
No, that will never happen to me. I don't like water.
Oh my god, Chiara.
Bubble tea poisoning maybe.
Oh my lord, you and your bubble tea. Yes. Okay.
And like exercising more.
Of course.
Yeah, because I'm at a ripe old age of 25. And I'm feeling some aches here and there these days. So, you know, you work out more, you strengthen your body more, you burn some calories. It's like taking care of your body is the best thing you can ever do for yourself. You are more you are better physically, you're better mentally, you're better emotionally. Yeah. So these are some steps that you can try.
I think I also want to mention that like it's having this kind of disorder, whether it be like to your extent where you realize it or you don't. For some people who don't realize it or have not gone to the stage where they've gotten past it, right, it's a lot of self-awareness on your part.
Correct.
I feel, because if you don't tell yourself to stop, it's very hard for other people to help you or tell you as well. I'm glad that you realized it.
Yeah, I'm also quite glad.
Because I think especially for you working in a place where it's surrounded by food on an everyday basis, like I cannot imagine what are the extents to which it could have gotten worse if, let's say, you didn't realize it at an earlier stage lah. Yeah, and I don't think, I mean obviously a eating disorder is not the best way to go about doing things. If you feel like, you know, body image and body issues are something that you struggle with. Yeah, but that's why we are trying to make this video to, like, you know, tell people. But also, like, I do feel that when you talk about, you know, exercising more, being mindful and stuff, I feel like it's a very idealistic kind of mindset.
Correct.
Which, I mean, it's nothing wrong with being idealistic, but if you are bringing it back down to reality, right, is that something that you practice on a everyday basis also lah?
I like that you're being real.
But then
that's why
that's my branding. My branding is being real,
which is great. Yeah. But like, as I said, right, I feel like I'm always in a work in progress stage.
Okay.
So I'm never perfect. Even when I'm actually perfect, like looking back, perfect, I will never realize that I'm perfect at that point of time. There's always something that I'm insecure about, something that I want to work on. So thankfully I'm going through this at an older age. I feel like when I'm more mature and self-aware, I can stop myself before things spiral out of control. And I'm not a very deep thinker.
Okay.
I don't subscribe to any pop culture. I'm not very woke.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like, I'm always in my small bubble. And
you're just content with how you are.
Yeah.
Like, okay.
Correct. So I don't know much about eating disorder or like body positivity and anything like of that sort, but I do have friends who encourage me a lot, and they're always giving me a listening ear.
Okay.
And you know, I like to talk a lot, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm very thankful for them lah.
I think everybody at one point in time definitely have these thoughts. Even people who are supposed to be the prettiest people in the world or whatever, I'm sure they have things that they worry about, they're insecure about. I think insecurities is part of life. When you put yourself on the internet or put yourself for everybody to see, it's very common that people will always, not everybody's gonna like you. There's always gonna be people who think differently about how you are as a person. And I mean, that's their fucking daiji lah. What the fuck, calm down lah. Okay.
That being said,
Yes,
so
yes.
mean comments no longer affect me, but you know whose comments will affect me?
Who?
My mom.
Oh.
Or like people around me.
Yeah.
If they are very insensitive to what they say, I do get offended. Not offended, I'll get very upset with myself.
Yeah.
Not with them, you know. Because there was once, right? So I thought I was okay.
Okay.
And then my mom just said, wow, cannot, you really put on a lot of weight already. You need stop eating already like that. I mean, it's coming from a place of concern, but it just didn't feel good.
Yeah, of course.
To receive that from your mom, you know?
Yeah.
So I don't blame my mom, I just blame my insecurities at that point of time.
I mean, even then, I mean, you don't have to blame your mom or anything, but there's always more tactful ways that people can say things, right? And I think that, like, given in this situation, like, maybe mean comments on the internet where people don't know you, in real life, like, you can tend to ignore them. For example, it hits harder when it comes from someone who you respect, someone who you really value as a person.
Correct.
And they don't realize sometimes that the things they say can really impact very indirectly, even though they may say it as a joke. So that's why I always say, like, in the comments or in life in general, just try to be a bit more mindful of how you say things to people.
So I always tell my mom, I say, instead of saying all this stuff, right, why don't you just buy salad for me?
Oh!
Pay for my groceries or something.
Smart!
Like,
turn it back on her! You mentioned that you do compare yourself a bit lah. Yeah, did you ever once like kind of doubt yourself as someone who should be on social media or should be in this role that you are given now lah? Yeah.
I think you're correct. Compare myself a lot.
Oh,
a lot.
Okay. Well, with that in mind, yeah.
For sure, like when you see on MediaCorp TV, right? They are very well put together, well made up, and like slim and tall and perfectly ratioed.
Okay, yes, I get it. Yeah.
And then I look at myself like, oh my gosh, this noisy girl on Eatbook just laughing at everywhere she goes. It's a very non-conventional.
Yeah.
But then again, it's also very real.
Yeah.
Like that's us. You are you on Zula, I'm me on Eatbook. Like how different people are placed in your life for different purpose, right? I feel like different personalities are in the social media realm for a different purpose.
Yeah.
So people like myself, I feel like it's just to talk about food and be a relatable person. And then there are also like hot models who are there to model lor.
Yeah, that's your job lah.
Correct. So we can just do our job.
Yeah.
And like, just be ourselves lah.
I think having that aspect about the point that you brought up about how different personalities are for different purposes, I think it's very, very true. Yeah, because I think maybe last time at a point in time, we only had one thing to compare ourselves to. What we saw on print, what we saw on TV, ad media, the people that you look up to are always of a certain type.
Yeah,
but nowadays there's many more representatives of different body sizes, different shapes, different looks, race, skin color, everything. There's so many online that it's good lah to give this representation, but there's always room for more, of course. Yeah, so I think that's great that you didn't really think too much about it. Correct. And you just took it as like a way to be yourself also. You briefly mentioned a bit about clothes. Your face is so excited right now. She's so happy. And I know this for a fact that Chiara loves to shop because we do talk about it. Like every time Zara has a sale, I'm like, Chiara, Zara has a sale. Now, buy now. Yeah, and I see this as like your therapy and that sort, and like a way that you adapt to how you feel about yourself and your image. Maybe you want to share a bit more about that?
Clothes, right? I feel like it has a very quick effect on bringing your mood up for the day. That's for me lah. Yeah. When I'm wearing like a cute new dress.
New. Keyword is new, yes.
I'll feel happier. Because I feel good about myself. And so it kind of radiates from the inside out actually. If you feel good about yourself, people can tell. Yeah. And it's a very good form of therapy if you know how to dress your size. When you're my size, right, it's very hard to find clothes that fit.
Okay.
Right? Like you can't buy those super cheap Taobao clothes. You can, but like it tends to not fit you when it comes more often than when you are slimmer. So you need to be wise about your shopping lah. Like through experience, you just look for things that suit your body type. Like for me, I'm pear-shaped. So like, I like to wear dresses that is very flowy.
Yeah.
Because firstly, it's cute and girly.
Yes.
And secondly, it's so comfortable.
Yeah.
I can sit cross-legged like now, so I'm glam. I can like jump around and like it's perfectly fine. Like the most important thing is that you feel good in what you wear. You will naturally have a better mood for that day. Yeah.
I feel like having adapted out of like the whole being conscious and insecure about how you look and finding a way to kind of make you feel better given what you have, I think that's a great mindset and a great actionable step that people can take into, you know, overcoming these fears or things that they struggle with. And I think
it's good to find ways. It's good to find other ways to make you feel better about yourself, because there are so many things in life that make you feel bad about yourself, right? So like clothes can be one. I feel like I learned from experience to pull out pockets of time in my busy schedule to, you know, just take care of yourself. Not to indulge in yourself, but like take care of yourself.
Okay, there's a balance for everything.
Yes, correct.
Right? Yeah. And I mean, we are coming to the conclusion of the video as well. And maybe I want to wrap it up by talking about the whole concept of body positivity, right? And also advice for people. I think body positivity is something that is always like a motivational speech. It's always like admirable for people to be so confident in themselves, for people to push for such a very positive message. But there's always like two sides of the story for body positivity also. There's always like, there are people who say that, you know, you're encouraging people to just gain weight. Or you're encouraging people to just stay the same and not make a change in their life. To each their own on how they interpret the message. I don't think we are here or credible enough to comment about that in that sense. But in terms of body positivity for your own self, have you reached that stage where, you know, you can feel like a little bit better and can at least say that, you know, you're good with how you are now?
I feel like it's a very sensitive topic because a lot of people go through it. Whether you're a girl or a guy, you will go through self-confidence, body image issues, etc. And I don't think I'm over the fact that I don't think that I'm now confident. I don't think that I'm now great with my own body. I'm still in the process of being okay with my body, but like I feel like I'm in a spot where I'm self-aware and like my intentions are correct. I don't want to lead anyone astray with anything I said today, or like give people the wrong impression like I'm at a great spot now and I'll forever be at that great spot, because you'll never know what happens tomorrow even. Like I might still get affected. I will be affected by something online or something my mom said again. But it's not necessarily about being the best version of yourself. It's not necessarily about being the happiest version of yourself, but the most contented version of yourself.
I agree. It's, in that sense, it's your own journey to take.
Yes.
It's not really like whatever we say here, it's not something that you need to impose on yourself. It's not like Chiara says something like she wants to lose weight. It means other people her size also need to lose weight. You know what I mean? I don't think it's the case. And it's not to be taken that way. So with that said, maybe just give some advice to people who are maybe still struggling throughout this journey.
For those who are still struggling, including myself, I just want you to know that it's okay. Just take your time to really process what is going on, and also really take time out of your busy schedule to take care of yourself. Not self-indulge, but take care of yourself.
With all of that being shared on the table today, I think we have come to the end of this sharing. Thank you, Chiara, for kind of being open about your own personal struggles with your insecurities, body image, and, you know, being on social media as well, and how it's affected you. I think people can probably take away some things from this, as per usual, this segment is about, you know, giving some practical real life advice to a certain extent. And if you guys enjoyed the video, leave in the comments down below. If you feel like you also are going through this journey and want to share somewhere in the comments, feel free to leave it down below, and also let us know who else you want to see on this segment next time. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Bye.
Thanks for the therapy session.
No problem. So that'll be $200 per hour.
Okay, bye.